Have you ever wondered how certain people are able to accomplish more than others in the same given 24 hours in a day? If so, this video is for you. Hello, 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 good people. We are back. We are back. We are back. I want to give a shout out to my MVPs. That is men valuing purpose. And we definitely can't forget the LLCs, ladies loving and courageous. So today's video is all about discipline, right? Discipline. What is it? How do we get more of it? Why is it beneficial to you? You know, I like to start off with the definition. And so there are multiple definitions for discipline, but the one we're going to focus on is the one I'm going to give you now. And I'll also pop that up on the screen for you to see in just a moment. Discipline defined to train oneself to do something in a controlled and habitual way. To train oneself to do something in a controlled and habitual way. Why is this important? Well, discipline is important all on its own because it's how we learn, it's how we grow, it's how we do things, it's how we accomplish goals. So discipline all on its own is extremely important. But the self-control element of it is something that we want to touch on a little bit briefly. Every day we're pulled in different directions. We have different things after our attention, if you will. Different things that we could be doing in place of something else. And studies have shown that people with high levels of self-control are great at avoiding the temptations as opposed to just resisting them, if that makes sense. Resistance takes more energy and more effort. Subsequently, will wear you down faster, tire you out mentally, not necessarily physically, but it can also drain you physically as well. As you know, being mentally drained can take away from your physical being just as much. Like, think about sitting down and taking a long, grueling test at school. No, you weren't doing anything. You weren't running laps or shooting a basketball or doing drills. You were sitting there taking a test. But after you finish with it, you're just like, oh, I'm so tired, because mentally it was taxing. It took a toll on you. So that mental element is something that we must pay attention to. So how do we do it? How do we get more discipline? How do we get more self-control? It begins with learning how to break and make habits more effectively. I always am a big advocate of having a great daily routine. That could be the time you wake up, what you do, how you do it, the timing of things that you do, creating that muscle memory, something that we've talked about before on this channel. Eating better, sleeping more, eating the right quality of foods. All of these things can be helpful, and they all can be habitual as well. You can make things in your life more effortless with a strong routine. Example of that. I'm big into the fight game, as I've shared with you guys. And in my youth, I studied martial arts. The style was called Tang Soo Do. If you want to look that up, feel free. And in the time of studying Tang Soo Do, it required a lot of discipline, right? And it's not just because it's a martial art, but it's the act or doing something in general that you're learning new and you're trying to progress with, that can require levels of discipline. So for martial arts, it was all about reps, doing the same technique over and over and over again, perfecting your form, mastering your stance, getting adequate snap on your punches and kicks, having proper balance, using correct timing, etc. All of these things require discipline, the discipline of routine, right? And I can remember starting off as a white belt, which is what you come in as, and I was ready to learn Jean-Claude Van Damme split kicks in midair, right? Because you see that glamorized on movies, or at least I thought that was really amazing, watching movies like Bloodsport and several other movies that he had. Just about any Jean-Claude Van Damme movie, he's going to do a split kick in, just saying. But nonetheless, I was enamored by that, thought it was cool, want to learn that. But that was advanced level stuff. And I had to learn the fundamentals first. And in order to get to the advanced level stuff, I had to be okay with the daily disciplines that came along with learning the basics. So that took discipline here, as well as my body, going through the motions, learning the things that I had to learn, being patient, perfecting those fundamental techniques. That's what allowed me to progress to the higher level of studies, going up in belts, up in rank, however you want to define it. All of that takes levels of discipline. Another thing about discipline, and one thing that I think is easily overlooked, is that discipline is all about the willingness to choose larger, later rewards over smaller, earlier ones. What does that mean? Give you an example. Just got your paycheck. You hit the store. Excuse me. You hit the store. You want to buy some new shoes. You want to buy a new video game. You want to buy some clothes. Whatever it is that you had your eye on, maybe it's some new electronics, whatever that may be for each individual. But it's being able to take that momentary satisfaction or gratification, put that in your back pocket, and look at your long-term goals. Maybe your long-term goals at the time is to save up for a vehicle. Maybe it's to save up for a house. Maybe it's to save up for a new laptop that you need for school. Whatever that may be, having the ability and the discipline to take that short-term thing out, hey, that trip to Starbucks or whatever, and say, hey, I'm going to save this money because I have a plan. My plan is in motion. These are the things that I want to accomplish. This is the deadline in which I want to accomplish it. So as tempting as this trip to GameStop may be, or, going out to see this movie and having dinner with the friends may be, I have a goal and I'm going to forego doing those things in order to do the things that I have set up down the line that are going to be more beneficial to me in the long term. So my challenge for you is to give yourself an assessment. See what areas you have in which you can improve your discipline, and do that today. Don't hesitate. Don't wait. Don't put it off until next week. What areas can you improve? How? Why? And what are you going to do differently? Discipline. Do you have it? Can you get better at it? Answer to both of those is yes, but it takes effort on your part, and you can start that effort today. As always, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave me a comment in the comment sections. And most importantly, time is an investment. And I appreciate your investment here with me today with your time. Life is a journey and not a destination. So I'm happy to be a part of your journey, and we're going on this journey together. Side note, reached a milestone, 10th subscriber. Big up to you guys. Thank you for your support. I definitely appreciate it. I value you guys, and I want to keep this content coming. Feel free to give me insight, things that you want to hear about, things that you want to get more information about. Maybe I can help glean or at least point you in the right direction. So, as always, I am your host, Mr. HJ, and we are out. Thank you, and God bless. And I'm out.